Hello, everyone. Thank you. Hi. So I come from Verizon. I've been at Verizon for 1 year as a contractor and 9 months as an employee. I get to put on some pretty cool events for our developers and our technologists. So that's how I am here for you all today. So I have a quick question. Why do you all show up to these things? You did it today. You came out of your homes and you made it to DevOps Day. What makes you show up? Is it the free food? Is it the inspiration? Are you here because you want to be in networking with other technologists? The questions and the answers are so important to people like me, people like event planners and community organizers who want to make sure you get the best bang for your buck and the best experience for your time. These events are essentially for you. I want to talk about how you feel when you show up and how DevOps is the best part of when I head to work. I started my journey in 2019 when a retiree handed over Verizon Tech Days to me. It's a series just like this, DevOps Day, but it's our internal event. Usually I'm running around with the volunteers or looking for late speakers, but when it's all in motion, it's a beauty to behold. Days like these, we are learning from each other. Our technologists are sharing their inspiration, their innovations, their strategies, failures, discoveries, the whole nine. We even get to hear from external luminaries like yourselves. But for event planners, I see these as parties for the people, reasons why people get to step away from their desk, break out of the silo, and make sure they're just being human and enjoying having a great time. So what makes a good event to you all? What rallies you away from your seat? What rallies anyone around a good event? It's not just the tip of the iceberg, it's everything underneath. I had to rely on DevOps principles to expand on a model that was handed to me at the top of 2019. So the first DevOps principle that I was able to implement was product mindset. With Tech Day being the product, our attendees were the customers. What did the people need and want? What were they looking for? What was the climate at the company? We couldn't just cookie cut a model. We had to make sure we were taking in their rapid feedback. We had to implement surveys at the end of every event and say, hey, what are you guys looking for? How did you feel? We had to ask questions for the answers we actually sought. You'd be surprised that the squeaky wheel does get the oil. We had to continuously improve. I bet this DevOps Day is better than last year's DevOps Day because that's what we do as event planners. We are obsessed with iteration and making sure we just don't create from the old, but we create new models. So, like Maya Angelou says, if I know to do better, I've got to do better. It was time to update the playbook and expand our best practices to transform culture one risk at a time. So I wanted to start off with remixing the golden rule. I wanted to treat people how I wanted them to treat the event, by remaining calm under pressure, being very thankful and kind to everyone, normalizing kindness. I felt like the volunteers were being happy, then the event would be happy. So that was the first one. The second way we wanted to update a best practice was to look at being intentional about inclusivity and diversity. We wanted not just the men to speak, but the women to speak as well. Not just junior leaders, or not just senior leaders, but our junior leaders as well. We also had to give the people exactly what they wanted. When they were saying the talks are too long or there are too many of them, I heard give us more ways and reasons to engage. So we added networking receptions, games, contests, prizes, raffles, the whole nine, even photo booths. Another best practice was to make sure I took every opportunity to upgrade the event. So I changed the agenda paper to like a better type and people waving it around saying, great paper. But balloons are another nonverbal cue that celebration is nearby, so lots of them. We also had to bring on the hot topics. My director thought it'd be really cool to talk failure, and everyone was like, what? Why? But when leadership bought in and they were very transparent, it ended up being our most historical event, and we had standing room only. So the result of our DevOps best practices, we had our highest net promoter score of 77 by the end of the year. We had a 255% increase in attendance. By the end of the year, the IT leader said, this is the new standard for Verizon Tech Days, and it was just great. So I want to say that I believe the people drove the change they wanted to see. When they showed up as watch party hosts, as volunteers, as speakers, learners, leaders, even people who just responded to the survey, they saw their contributions and they were they were saying that, hey, we like what we showed up to. So my ask to you is bring it. When you hear about cultural change at your organization or opportunity to make something great, you can play a part from the front door to the front floor to make anything greater. I want to say that you drive and you create the momentum and the lifespan of anything, any cause, any initiative at your companies, and so make sure to show up to them. It's the people who make events matter, and that's why we all keep showing up. Thank you.